Welcome back, Awakening Beauties. So glad to have you with me today. And if this is your first time joining me, I welcome you. My name is Robin, and this year my channel has been focused on a no-buy year. We're rounding out the end of the year, so stay tuned for what will come for next year. And if this is your first time joining me, I just want to let you know that my channel is not exactly a niche down channel. I cover a wide variety of topics. I consider this the intersection of fashion, beauty, spirituality, and health. So I cover a lot of topics, but I am a fashion designer by trade. So I just decided maybe I should cover the fall 2023 fashion trends. Now, since this is a no-buy year for me, and maybe some of you who are watching are also trying to curb your spending. Maybe you're also doing a no-buy year or just a no-buy month. Whatever it may be, I'm not here to promote overspending. I have had to have my own come to Jesus moment at the end of last year when I decided I needed a sort of restart, a refresh in my relationship to spending. So I chose to do a no-buy year because I felt like I was getting a little bit out of control with my spending. It wasn't so much, sorry, I feel like I have a hair. It wasn't so much that I felt like I was out of control with spending, but it was more out of control of wanting things, of wanting to spend money on things, because things cost money. So I've been taking a look at all of those emotions, all of the reasons I was overspending, and I've been covering those topics on this channel. I will link my playlist below so that you can catch up in case this is your first time watching my videos. But so I just realized I got myself all dolled up. I forgot to wear earrings, and so I had to go put some earrings on. So I love fashion, and I am over 50 years old. In fact, I just turned 51. And so I really understand the challenges of a woman of a certain age and the challenges we have with our bodies changing. You know, some of these fashion trends don't work on everybody. And I want to talk about some of the 10 fashion trends that I like and how I would do them. Now, I am 4'10", and like I said, I'm 51 years old. So I'm going to do, if I do these trends, and some of them I can't do right now because I don't have the money to go and buy anything, I want to talk about practical ways that you can maybe incorporate some of these trends into your own wardrobe. And maybe you already have things that will work. And maybe there are other cost-effective ways that you can incorporate some of these trends. So we're gonna try to think outside the box just a little bit and how you can incorporate these trends without spending a lot of money. Now, I do have a Pinterest board, which I will also link below, that has most of the images that I'm gonna show you here today. So the first trend I'm sort of wearing right now, the color keeps flipping up, and that is polos. Knit polos are huge for fall 2023. And as a fashion designer, right now I design athletic sportswear, and I'm not talking about those kinds of polos, although you might be able to get away with wearing an athletic polo and zhuzhing it up with jeans or in a cool jacket or something. But like more of a sweater, a fully fashioned sweater knit, which is what I'm wearing right now. And this sweater actually came from my previous job, and it was in my husband's closet because it's a men's sweater. So that was one of my tips, that you can actually, for some of the things we're gonna talk about right now, if you've got a husband or a significant other of the male species, you might be able to go into their closet and find some things that you might be able to wear, if he'll let you. My husband doesn't care. And he never even wore this sweater. He's had it for a couple of years and he never even wore it. So that's one of the things that I did. I went into his closet a few weeks ago and I said, what are some things that are for fall, winter that I might be able to incorporate into my own wardrobe? This stood out to me as being a fall color, this really nice, rich rust orange with this would be called a convertible collar. And it's, you know, like a mock neck, but you can wear it open too. So it reads as a polo. It's not actually a polo, but it reads as a polo. And some of the things on the Pinterest board, when I put in a women's polo, came up with this type of convertible collar. And certainly with this color, like this beautiful Banana Republic cashmere sweater. I mean, I don't know if this is available right now. Let me see if this is available right now. It is available. It's just not available in that rust color. I think that rust color is absolutely gorgeous. But they have some other beautiful colors in here, like this really pretty pink, like a blush color. Yeah, they call it blush pink. Ha! And I love the light camel color. And another color called Grounded, which is sort of like a medium tone camel. So these polos are really in style right now, and maybe you have something like this in your closet, or maybe your husband or boyfriend has something like this in their closet that you can borrow if you want to incorporate this trend. But I think this is such a great trend because it's sort of preppy, but there's so many different shapes that I'm seeing that are not your classic shape, that are a little bit more oversized. This is slightly over. I'm actually surprised that this fits me as well as it does, because it's a men's medium, and it actually doesn't fit me bad. But you know, the oversized look is in anyway, so the fact that this is a little bit oversized on me fits with this trend, which is why I said, what a great idea to go into my husband's closet and grab something that he has. The thing about this trend, though, that keeps it fresh for fall is to go with the more neutral colors, to go with the warmer creams and camel, and rust is a good one for fall, but keeping it rather neutral. And if you do like one of the pictures that I have on here is sort of camel on camel. So if you do a monochromatic look with this type of polo, first of all, it's sort of slimming to do a monochromatic head to toe color, not just black, but any color doing monochromatic. But I find it like really fresh. And another thing that keeps it from being too overwhelming is to tuck it in. Like I have the front of this tucked into my jeans right now, and I'm seeing a lot of these being tucked in. So that keeps it from getting too boxy, too frumpy. If you have curves, you don't want to just look like a box. You don't want to look wider than you are. So tucking it in is really a good idea, or doing a half tuck like they're showing on a lot of these pictures. And you can wear it with jeans, you can wear it with trousers, you can wear it with skirts. I have a picture here where it's tucked into a skirt. So it's very versatile as far as how you can wear it. It's a good trend to maybe try out for fall. The next trend we're seeing for fall is brown. Brown is huge this fall. And really it does come and go, out of style. I remember it was really big. There was a time when I used to work for Petite Sophisticate, and I had a lot of brown stuff, and it was really popular in the late 90s. And so brown is really big right now. It's trending. The brown lip. I love the brown lip. I'm doing sort of a semi-brown lip right now. I've talked about it in some of my other videos, how much I'm loving the brown lip. But some really fresh ways to do it. Sometimes people don't like to wear brown on top, like a blouse or sweater, because they're not really sure like what to put it with. And to me, brown is a neutral and can be worn with a lot of other colors. And on the bottom, yes, it's such a neutral. It's like wearing black. You can wear so many colors on top. You can even wear fuchsia with brown. I'm talking about like a chocolate brown. Fuchsia looks beautiful with a chocolate brown. So you can wear a lot of colors on top, but with a brown trouser. But when you have a brown top, how do you style it? Well, I love brown with black. That is one of my favorite combinations. I love that combination. And they have here a brown sweater tucked into a pair of black trousers, and I think that's very chic. Another way you can wear brown is, like I said, monochromatic. If you can find almost similar on top and bottom, and they're showing it here with a long leather skirt with the brown sweater. It looks like it's tucked in this picture. That is so elegant. I just love that look. And there's another like chocolate brown on brown monochromatic look. And then there's an oversized sweater polo in brown, and they're showing it with a cream colored pair of pants. So it is very versatile. You don't have to be so concerned about what you're pairing it with. It's going to be a versatile color, and I find that chocolate brown, I mean, you sort of have to find the shade that works for you, but since it is a neutral, it does work on a lot of different skin tones. Unlike some colors, which are really hard to pull off, a lot of pastels are very hard to pull off for most skin tones. Brown is a great color for most skin tones, and maybe you need to lean more warm depending on your skin tone, or more cooler if you have a desaturated skin tone. I think maybe a cooler brown would look nice on you. But, you know, play around with it. There really are no rules. You just have to find the things that you love. The next trend, like a lot of these trends are coming back from the 90s, because I used to wear this trend quite a bit, is lingerie inspired pieces. So they're showing a lot of like slip dresses and camisoles as well with lace on them. So how do you wear a slip dress? I love the way some of these are styled, like this black on black. It's a black sweater, a little bit oversized crew neck sweater over top of a black slip dress, and she's got black booties on, and just it looks like a kind of like a fuchsia or red color sock just peeking through over her boots. But this is a great way to do it. Monochromatic again, and keeping it simple, keeping the shapes simple is key. There's another one here that's a monochromatic, semi-monochromatic. The sweater over top of it is a deeper forest green, and the dress is a lighter shade. They've also styled this with boots, looks like. Yeah, they're booties. They're not ankle length, they're a little bit higher, but this is another great way to style a slip dress for the winter months. I will say also, I live in South Florida. I don't have to worry about the cold weather, but if you live in a cold climate, the best way to do this is to pair it with a sweater over top and with booties. There's another one here where she's got a black turtleneck underneath it, and sock booties or sock boots would be really great with this. It looks like that's how she styled it. That's how I would style it. Oh, I love this, how I wear my slip dress in the winter. And this is a woman over 40, and she's showing her different ways that she is wearing her slip dress. I will link this article, this blog down below. I kind of like this lady. I might start following her blog. But she was wearing it with a chunky knit sweater over top. She's wearing it with a thinner sweater. She's wearing it with a turtleneck underneath. Yeah, so I think it's very chic the way that she has styled this particular slip dress in many different ways. So there's also the lace camisole, and of course, because we are going into winter, a lot of you are going to live in colder climates, so you're not going to want to just wear this. And also, I mean, if you're of a certain age, we're not all 20 years old with our boobs up to here and able to wear these types of garments. So putting it under a sweater so that it's just peeking through is, you know, a little flirty way that you could wear a lace camisole. Unfortunately, I don't have any anymore. I used to have some lace camisoles, but they are gone with the wind. So I won't be able to really do this trend at this time, but who knows? If it sticks around, maybe next year I will join in on this trend. Trend number 4 that you can try for the fall is fluffy outerwear. And, you know, Sherpa has been in for the past few years. It's still huge. People are still rocking the Sherpa. I think that there are ways that you can do it, though, that are a little more chic and elegant and elevated than other ways. So let's just talk about some of the ways that you can incorporate the fluffy outerwear into your wardrobe. For example, this little, it looks almost like a little bomber jacket, and it's it's almost a cropped length, not quite cropped. And I think the most important thing is the color. With a lot of these is going to be keeping it neutral, keeping it camel, keeping it cream. Just a light color seems to be a lot more elevated than bright colors that nature did not create in fur or fleece. So there's this one that is sort of a yellowish beige color, but then there's this cream jacket with that convertible collar that is really, really chic. Now it's oversized. It's a little bit of a bubble, but I think it hits at her hip at the right place. And because of the light color, and maybe also because of how they have it styled, that you have to keep the pieces that you're wearing underneath it slim. You can't wear oversized with oversized with oversized. It just doesn't work. This picture in particular is a cream denim mini skirt, but keeping it a slim pant, I think is the way to go, or a slim skirt. And so that you're keeping all the pieces underneath of it less bulky. Another option here was this fleece belted coat, and I love the blush color, so that's keeping it light. Maybe that wasn't a color that nature made sheeps, but sheeps made sheep. But what works about this is, from looking like a bathrobe, because this could easily have looked like a bathrobe, is the notched collar. That they've kept it a notch collar, and that they've tied it with a pretty bow, and the length is, it's also the length that it didn't get too long, but you'll also see they've kept underneath very neutral. I love this with this camel colored turtleneck. I think that's so chic. And I don't know if that's a whole dress, that it's an actual dress underneath, a mini dress, or if it's a skirt. But yeah, just the way it's tied cross body, the cute little bow there. I think this is a really cute option too. So there's a few other options. I'll just pop them up on the screen. Again, pretty much everything I chose was this neutral color, was this cream color, or light tan, or camel color. I think that's what keeps this trend fresh and workable for a lot of people to wear. Just remember, when you're going oversized, unless you're tall and very slim, like, you have to have a certain body type to wear some of these trends the way that they're shown. But keep in mind proportion, because up top, if you're going big, then down below you should be going slimmer. And anything, like I was saying before, that you're layering with it should be thinner, and that a person can look at, they can distinguish what's being worn underneath, that it's not just one big blob of color. So, but you can do that tonally, which is how this blush colored fleece belted coat is. It's a tonal difference, and that's what keeps it fresh. That's what keeps it from looking overwhelming on your body. Trend number 5 is the menswear shirt. I used my Athleta points earlier in the year. I get reward points from the family of Athleta, which is Gap, Banana Republic, and Old Navy. And I bought that white oversized button-up shirt, which I absolutely love. I adore that shirt. And so this is a trend, the menswear shirt, that is in right now for fall 2023. And there's a lot of different ways you can do this. I love the crisp white shirt. I think it's great for any season. It's going to be great for fall. But some other ways, like I said, you could go into your husband or your boyfriend's closet, and like this picture here, they're showing it with shorts, but that would be great with a pair of trousers or even jeans. And the trick is to tuck it in and maybe wear a camisole or a tank top underneath of it and keep it open. And wearing a belt will also help to feminize it a little bit more. There's another shirt here that crossed over, so it's so oversized that they didn't even button it. They just crossed it over and tucked it in, and that's really elegant. I love that. So there's a lot of different ways. I'll pop up a few pictures here. This pin tucked button up, and they're pairing it with a denim skirt. I think that's very pretty. But the one thing that you'll notice with most of these pictures is that it is tucked in. Even if it's oversized, they're tucking it in. They're not leaving it out because you're losing your shape. If you just leave something out, it may not be as flattering on you. So try it. Try it. If your tendency would be to like, I'm just gonna leave this out because I'm feeling frumpy today, I'm feeling bloated or whatever, I would challenge you to please tuck it in and maybe put a belt with it. Take pictures before and after. If you have a full-length mirror in your house, or if you have someone that can take a picture because you'll be surprised at how much slimmer you look. Even if you feel fat that day, you'll look so much slimmer if it's tucked in. So even if it's an oversized menswear shirt, tuck it in. Thinking about menswear inspired pieces, I immediately started thinking about shirt dresses. I love a good shirt dress. I wish I had a shirt dress right now. I've even been thinking about making my own shirt dress because goodness knows I have a lot of fabric. But there's so many elegant ways to wear a shirt dress. And as you'll notice in all of these pictures that are on my Pinterest board, everything has a belted waist or has a defined waist in some other fashion. So I just love a great shirt dress, and any length, you know, long length, short length, different types of hemlines, high-low hemlines. I think a shirt dress is good for any time of the year, but seeing as we are going into fall, wearing a shirt dress with a suede pair of boots, that would be super gorgeous. I love that idea. Like this brown shirt dress, I can see that with a pair of brown or black suede boots. I think that would be really pretty. So the shirt, the button-up shirt, that's menswear inspired, or like a menswear inspired trouser. Like I have a few options here that on my board showing the wide leg being really back in style, but having that tailored fabric, like a high quality fabric. If you're going to invest in a piece like that, you know, find something that has a really good fabric, something that probably has to be dry cleaned, that is either a wool or a wool blend, and that has a nice drape. Just remember to pair it with something feminine on top. And you know, maybe you're more of a minimalist, and that's fine. That doesn't mean that you can't find feminine pieces that are in a neutral color. When I say keep it feminine on top, it's that dichotomy of masculine and feminine that makes a piece very interesting. And also pairing it with a simple handbag, like a feminine small handbag instead of something big and oversized. You know, it's just in the details how you incorporate these different trends and make it specific towards you. Trend number 6 is quilted outerwear. So back to the outerwear. Now I have a real love-hate relationship with quilted or puffy jackets because most look horrible on me. I don't know. I just can't seem to find the right thing. Actually, I did find a couple of quilted things over the past couple of years that I liked, but they were petite. They had to be petite because I just don't like things that swallow me up. So here again, if you're looking for, I mean, some of these girls, they look phenomenal. They wear these huge puffy cropped coats and they look amazing because they're skinny. They're size 0, size 2. My advice to you is to go with something that actually does have some style lines, that maybe have princess lines, that the waist, I would suggest to get, you know, a jacket cut to your hip. Actually, you have to play with the length, but that if you laid it flat, that it actually has the curve of your waistline, that it's not just straight, that it actually has some curving. So that's one of the things to look for if you're looking for something to be more slimming, to fit you better. Now there are a couple jackets on here that don't have that I just thought were phenomenal. I loved this one from Amy Silk. it does have that bubble shape, but there's just something really special about the way this jacket is made. I love the collar that they finished it with. It has like, it's almost like a kimono type collar. And I think that's what it is. It's the kimono collar. And also the sleeves are cropped sleeves. They sort of have a bell shape. Looks like you could probably roll them up. But this is a really chic option if you like that oversized kind of look. So, I mean, there's no hard and fast rules. Sometimes rules are obviously made to be broken, and especially in fashion, rules are made to be broken. So when I'm talking about things that will help to slim, I saw this jacket and I was just like, well, all the rules just went out the door, because I think that this would probably look good on a variety of body shapes. And I think what helps it is the V. That's what it is. It's the V of the shape of the collar, and they're putting it with a turtleneck. But they're keeping everything, if you look at the pictures, if you go to the website, they're keeping everything underneath of it slim. So yeah, I think that would work too. That's a good option. Number 7, fall 2023 fashion trend. It's come back big, y'all. It's the cargo pant. I feel a little bit of a love-hate relationship with the cargo pant as well. And I've had plenty of cargo pants, cargo shorts, cargo skirts. You gotta be careful with a cargo because it can make your hips look bigger. So what are some ways that are fresh for fall 2023 that you could incorporate the cargo look into your wardrobe? Well, what I'm seeing a lot of is they're doing it in silk or satin. So because they're doing it in that material and it's a little bit loose, it's not tight, it's got some flow to it. It's not like oversized, it's not huge. And because of the material, the cargo pocket is slim against the leg. It's not bulky, it's not sticking out. I think that is key. I like the way some of these are styled, like with the pointy toe booties. This one in particular where she's wearing a black sweater, again, tucked in. All these styles, you'll notice that the shirts are tucked in. And this is how you keep a slimmer look. Or they do a half tuck. I really love, the very neutral cargo color on the bottom, whether it be a tan, a camel color, a cream color. Can you see a theme here that we're going with? And keeping it monochromatic is also a really chic way to wear the cargo pant for 2023. And there's multiple ways that we're seeing it styled. We're seeing it styled with booties. We're seeing it styled with sneakers. We're seeing it styled with pointy-toed shoes, with high-heeled sandals. There's a lot of different ways that you can style it, depending on what your own style is. So just because you see that there's a trend that you're like, well, I would never wear a cargo pant because, oh, that's too masculine, it's too this, it's too bulky. Well, there are ways that you can wear it that are work appropriate. Even going out for an evening where, it's not a formal evening, but maybe a girls' night out, that you could style this, especially if it's in one of those satin or silk kind of fabrics. And so some of them are also cinched at the ankle, which I think it does elevate the look a lot if it's cinched. And like this one where she's wearing it with a pair of sandals and she has a sweater, a turtleneck sweater, and it's half tucked. And this is a monochromatic look. You can't tell me that that's not a really elegant way to wear a cargo pant. I think that's super chic. So another trend that is big right now, and it kind of falls, and it does actually fall into the menswear inspired pieces, is the vest. And there's so many options with the vest. Like we can talk about a traditional woven fabric where it's like a traditional waistcoat or vest, actual vest. And the way to really wear it though is either on its own with nothing underneath it, and make sure that it is like waist defining, that it is fitted to you. So if it's an inexpensive piece, maybe you even find it at a thrift store. If it doesn't fit you quite right, you're probably not gonna wear it. But take a look to see if you think it can be tailored, because if you can take it to a seamstress or a tailor, that is one of my key tips, is to find a good tailor, that they can tailor it to you and that it'll be customized. That'll be so much more slimming, and then you'll want to wear it. So in other ways that they have showing it, I'm not really crazy about some of these options that I've put on my Pinterest board. I might take them off. But one of them I do actually like is there's a button down and it's half tucked into a pair of jeans. And I think that's just a very casual, chic way to wear a vest. Another way to wear a vest that is trending for fall 2023 is the sweater vest. And yes, that has been trending for the past few years, but the way that it's being shown now is mostly with nothing underneath it, not with a big shirt underneath it. You know, sometimes you'll see it with, and I even have a picture here with a button up underneath it, but without anything and tucked in. And all these pictures all show the same thing. Some of them have sort of a mock neck. That's the way to wear it right now. But there is a picture here that I really like, and it is an oversized sweater vest, and she has on a mock neck underneath of it, the same color, the same cream color. She's wearing it with leather pants, and I love that. But you know what really makes this is the necklace, that she's got a statement necklace over top of it. And I think without that necklace, it would not have the same effect. So, you know, also looking at your jewelry, and maybe you want to find a nice statement necklace to wear with some of these pieces will really bring it together. Where am I at? Am I at number 9, number 10? I don't know. I'll have it listed in the video. But is the denim skirt and the long denim skirt. Now this is something I definitely don't have, and it's something that I would be running out to buy right now if I was not doing a no buy year. I love the way this looks. I love the way it looks with booties. I love the way it looks with knee-high boots. I love the way it looks with the sweaters tucked in, with a menswear inspired piece like this dress shirt. There's so many different ways that I've seen it styled that I love, and so many different shapes. And I think that's where you have to be careful, is with the shape, because I don't have them on my Pinterest board, but I will pop the pictures up here that there are certain shapes you should definitely not go with, such as something with a lot of volume. I came across this on Pinterest. I did not pin it to my board because I don't want you guys thinking that I'm recommending this. These are actually like culottes. They're pants. And I just think, I think it's so ugly. And it's adding so much volume to her body. This woman is skinny, skinny, skinny. And it makes her look huge. Imagine what that would look like on someone like me, who's 4'10" and very curvy. So I think if you've got something like this in your closet and you love it, then you go for it. You know, if you're loving it, then and you feel like you're living your best life, then go for it. Another example of what I would not do is this other denim skirt that is full and sort of a patchwork, and it has a raw hem. I mean, she looks very cool. She looks very put together. But I think that this skirt would not work for most people. You are better off going with a slim skirt that buttons up the front or has some other detail way of wrapping. Something that has a slit up the front, like most of these, I think all of the ones on my board have a slit up the front, is a better way to go, and it's gonna keep you from looking frumpy and the shape getting away from you. So this has got to be number 10 because I got out of order when I was naming these things. But number 10, and this trend has been around for a couple of years. I love the trend, but I see it can go wrong. And this is another one that I want to warn you about, that it can go wrong very easily. And that is the shacket, the shirt jacket. So all the ones I have pinned on my board are how I would recommend that anybody do this style. And I have all different shapes and some different colors and textures, but keeping it neutral, again, keeping it that light cream color, tan, camel, And if you're going to do a plaid, keep those very neutral colors. Keep it the camel with black. Keep it, you know, there's white, a window pane, white and black. That looks so elegant. I love that. Pay attention to where it falls on your body. It shouldn't it shouldn't be too long. If it's too long, then that's not the right cut for you. And, you know, a lot of them tend to be very straight. If you can find something that has that little bit of a waist definition, then that's going to be so much more slimming. But you also have to, again, keep the pieces underneath very neutral. You can do monochromatic, or you can do a contrast with a black or a rust color or white, and keep that slim, and keep what you're wearing underneath it tucked into your pants. So if you're wearing it open, you're not buttoning it up. Jacket is really meant to be worn open, and so that you still get the shape of your body underneath it, that you're not just one big blob with everything being bulky. What you wear underneath of it needs to be slim. Now, there are some jackets that I've come across that I've seen them on some girls. I've seen them on Amazon. I've seen them on Free People, and I just hate them. I hate them. I hate this one on Amazon, and I've seen some influencers are recommending this one, and I just think it's pretty awful. It's a lighter fabric. It's a waffle knit. I just don't love a waffle knit. I think you need to stay with like sort of a fleece fabric, something that's smooth, something that's solid. The waffle knit just looks really cheap to me. I just hate the way that this is. I mean, first of all, this shirt is considered a shacket, but you know, I can't imagine what that would look like being worn open with something underneath of it. And maybe it's the way that they've styled it, but it's so wide up here. And I have a feeling that even if it was buttoned up, the collar would be super wide. I think that's where you've got to be careful. And the drop shoulder looks really too dropped. I'm just trying to figure out the construction here. It looks like it goes almost to her elbow. Too long. It's a shirt tail hem, but it's such a dramatic shirt tail hem, and it looks so wide, like there's so much fabric gathering there. To me, this is, yeah, and I'm looking at the back picture. I just think this is not going to be flattering really on anybody. To me, this is not a flattering look. I think there's so many more elegant ways that you could do a shacket, and you know, like some of the pictures on my Pinterest board that I've already put up here, these are great, so many better options for doing a shacket. Well, that is my roundup, and I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope I've given you some good tips and things to think about on how you can style these for yourself. And I think, you know, it doesn't matter what age you are. It doesn't matter what size you are. If you like a trend, there's a way to do it. It may not be exactly the way that you see it styled on these 5'10", 115-pound models, but there are ways to do it for yourself, whether it's the color, whether it's the cut, whether it's the fabric, that'll work for you. Just play with it. That's all you have to do. There's no hard and fast rules, and you can do these styles at any age, and age is just a number. And have fun with fashion. That's what I love about being a fashion designer. I love to think about the woman that's going to be wearing the clothes that I'm designing, and that I don't want to just design for 20-year-olds. I want to design things that women of multiple ages would wear. The things that I design usually are things that I would wear. I mean, there's some things that I wouldn't wear because, you know, active wear, and some of them get kind of skimpy, and, you know, I wouldn't wear necessarily those things, but the other things I like to think I would wear that. Anyways, thanks for joining me, and if you're not subscribed, I hope you will subscribe and keep joining me on my journey as I finish out this no-buy year, and as I get talking more about what I've learned about it. If you're thinking of doing a no-buy year, I will definitely have a video, maybe what would help you to do a no-buy year, what has been helpful for me during my no-buy year. And I have a bunch of videos coming up. I have a schedule. It's going to be a hard schedule to keep, but seeing as I work full time and I just do this on the side, but coming up over the next couple of months, I'm going to be talking about a lot of different things. Be giving recommendations for gifts for the women and men in your life, that things that I would have bought that I didn't buy, how I've done up to this third quarter. I'll be spilling the beans on how I've done financially this third quarter. And I'm also going to be talking about navigating the holidays. You know, it can be a difficult time financially, emotionally, so I'm definitely going to be having a video about that. And you know, we got a lot of stuff to cover in the next couple of months, so please subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you know right when I upload. And I appreciate it if you give me a like if you like this video. Well, anyways, guys, I gotta go. I thank you so much for joining me, and I am wishing you to have a great rest of your week or weekend, whenever you're watching this. And just to remember, be gentle on yourself, be kind to yourself, because you're doing great.